Hello, and welcome back to Hobgoblin, the game of brutal fantasy battles, by me, Mike Hutchinson. In this second how to play video, I'm going to cover the advanced rules, magic, fortune cards, outflanking, and how the general works in the Doom phase. I'm not going to cover any of the basics of moving and fighting. If you haven't already, check out part 1 of this how-to video by clicking this link here. Nothing's changed about these armies since the first video, apart from this unit has got a sorcerer, who's also going to count as our general, and this unit has got the goblin general in it. We join this battle in round 2. The goblins have the first player marker. At the start of the initiative phase, both players receive 1 fortune card. As the goblins have the first player marker, the infernal dwarfs get a chance to seize the initiative by rolling a d6. They rolled over the current turn number, so they can seize the initiative and take the first player token. The next phase is the magic phase. The infernal dwarfs only have 1 wizard. During army building, the school of magic that was selected for this wizard was Mycena. The infernal dwarf player didn't cast any magic in the first turn, and so has some mana tokens left over from last turn. At the start of the magic phase, each player generates a number of mana tokens. They get 1 mana token for each full 1,000 points that the army started with, and 1 mana token for each of their wizards that's still in play. These armies are a little over 1,000 points, so the infernal dwarfs get 1 token for the size of their army and 1 for their single wizard. Looking at their list of spells, the spell Spectral Hand looks pretty good to the infernal dwarf player. Spectral Hand is a making, meaning it costs 4 mana tokens to cast. It's got a range of 18 inches. It says target friendly unit gains flying and swift +6 until the end of the round. The infernal dwarf player spends the 4 mana tokens and casts Spectral Hand on the unit containing the wizard. The infernal dwarf player is done casting. Play passes to the goblins, but they don't have any wizards, so it's straight on with the shooting phase. The infernal dwarf blunderbuss unit has got a range of 12 inches, but the goblins have cleverly stayed out of range of their weapons. There's no shooting on the goblin side, so it's straight on to the movement phase. The infernal dwarf player has the first player token, so they get to move their army first. Both the infernal dwarf units are slow, meaning they have 6 movement points, but these guys got another 6 from the spell, so they're going to charge in. They've got plenty enough movement points to get stuck into these goblins. This unit is going to get up into the fray as well. This unit of beasts is going to manoeuvre into the flank of the infernal dwarfs. They have a speed of 10, and so 10 movement points to play with. They'll spend 2 of them moving forward, 5 of them reforming, and the last 3 moving into combat. In this case, the trolls have successfully made contact with both units. This unit of goblins will bring up the support. With movement phase completed, it's now the combat phase. This unit is looking pretty surrounded. They play a fortune card called Magic Weapon, which gives them an additional 2 attack dice. They now have 12 attack dice. They have to assign at least 3 to each of the units that they're engaged with. They'll assign 3 to the beasts, 3 to the trolls, and the rest to the unit in front of them. These can be resolved in any order the player likes. It's 2s to wound the beasts. It's a crummy roll, and only 1 doom goes on. Heavy infantry is normally looking for 4s against light infantry, but again, the infernal dwarfs are elite, so they need 3s. 6 hits, and so 6 doom goes down. The infernal dwarfs against the trolls would be 5s, but it's 4s because of their elite strength. Only 1 hit, and 1 doom goes down. The infernal dwarf player then attacks with their second unit. This unit's only engaged with the trolls, so all 10 of its dice are going to go on them. Heavy infantry against monstrous infantry is 5s. These guys are elite, so it's 4s. It's a really solid attack. That's 8 doom on the trolls, putting them to 9. This fortune card is finished with and gets discarded. It's now the goblins' turn to resolve their combats. They're going to start with the trolls, and they're going to play a fortune card. Moment of Glory. That's going to give the trolls elite for the rest of the round. This unit's engaged with 2 units and so has to assign at least 3 dice to each of those units. they'd like to make sure the big unit with the sorcerer goes down, so they put 3 on the blunderbusses and the other 7 go on the warriors. Monstrous infantry against heavy infantry is normally 4 pluses, but the trolls have now got the elite strength, so that goes to 3s. 2 doom on the blunderbuss and 4 doom on the warriors. That fortune card's used and is discarded. The unit of goblin spearmen is now going to put all of their 10 dice on the infernal dwarf warriors. Light infantry versus heavy infantry needs 5s. It's a decent roll and puts 6 more doom on the warriors, putting them to 10. Finally, the beasts attack, needing 6s. They don't get a single hit. With combat completed for this round, it's on to the doom phase. In the doom phase, we first check to see if broken units panic their fellow units. Units normally start the game with a courage of 10. That means that they become broken once they receive 10 doom tokens. An army's general has the command +1 rule. That means that any unit within 8 inches gets +1 to their courage. That would mean this unit has a courage of 11 and 10 doom is not enough to break them. However, this unit has been outmaneuvered. For each enemy unit engaged in a unit's flanks, they gain -1 courage, leaving this unit with a courage of 9, and unfortunately they're broken. In the panic step, each broken unit causes panic. All friendly units within 8 inches gain 1 doom token. The next step of the doom phase is to remove all broken units. When you remove a unit from play, your consolation prize is either 2 mana tokens or 1 fortune card. As that was the unit containing the only wizard, we'll take the fortune card. Any units that was engaged at the start of the doom phase and is now unengaged gets to make a free reform manoeuvre. That's the end of the doom phase and the end of this round. Things aren't looking great for the infernal dwarfs. We'll leave it here, and hopefully that gave you a basic understanding of the magic, fortune cards, general and outflanking rules. Thanks so much for checking out Hobgoblin, the game of brutal fantasy battles. If you've got any further questions, why not leave a comment or come find us in Discord. But for now, thanks!